if you look closely in the forest, you see some blue or green lines. Those lines, there's some here, those lines are for the maple syrup and the maple syrup harvest. Not much going on right now. Hey, it's the end of September. But 6 months from now, come March, this will be a beehive of activity with the maple syrup farmers collecting their maple syrup, boiling their maple syrup, bottling and canning their maple syrup, getting it ready for the stores, the markets, the farmers markets. Yeah. If you can see it down there, there's probably miles of lines for the maple syrup to travel on from all the maple trees. Be interesting to see how much they actually collect here and how it gets rendered down to what quantity. I think it's something like, I don't know, I'm going to guess 10 to 1, maybe 10 gallons of actual harvest gives you 1 gallon of maple syrup. Is that how it works? Please comment below if you know, because I don't, but I know it's a lot of work. However, that's the reason, I guess, that maple syrup, real maple syrup, good maple syrup, is so damned expensive. It's not really expensive when you think the amount of labor and time goes into it. Hey, just wanted to share that with you today as we hike through the sugar bush. Yeah, more lines over here. Just keeps going on, acre after acre, kilometer after kilometer, mile after mile. Just keeps going on and on and on. It was somewhere between, oh, I don't know, 29, maybe 30, say 25 to 30 nights ago. We camped right here, right in here. That was my dinner table and breakfast table. And we camped here as we headed northbound to Tobermory. We're not camping here tonight, much too early in the day. It's around 2 o'clock maybe. We continue to push towards Eugenia, where we will take a break at the general store, have a coffee, bake good, pick up maybe a nice cold cut sandwich for dinner. That'll be a change. Yeah, a couple of things to pick up for resupply. Water, I'll buy bottled water there, saves filtering, so I'll fill up my water at that point. Then we'll have water for tonight and tomorrow morning, and probably a bag of cookies, I'm thinking. That's about all I need. So once again, probably 30 days ago, something like that, we were stood right here looking at Eugenia Falls. Today we're back again. This time it's our southbound journey to Niagara. Hey, look at that, and take a look at those fall colors in the background. Absolutely stunning. You know what, guys? Does it get any better than that? Not really. That on this trail is just a perfect scene for a perfect image. Lots of tourists here today. Hi guys. Hello. Hello. You're all on YouTube. Okay.
See you, Gary. Nice
you guys take care. Have a wonderful day. Nice chatting with you folks.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, let's carry on with the trail because we still have a long way to go. So Eugenia Falls, again, very, very, very popular tourist destination, especially on a perfect fall day like today. 24, 25 degrees Celsius. Beautiful fall colors, beautiful sunshine. Parking lots are full. Traffic wardens looking after the parking and the traffic today. Wow, look at all the cars. Yeah. Wow, lots of tourists. We didn't spend much time here, but then again, we didn't need to. We've been here before, we've seen this before, we saw it again on our northbound leg, but we just wanted to show you it again today. Let's take a look through here. So we've made it to Eugenia. I did buy a jug of water rather than looking for a place to filter. I'll just fill up that way. We got some iced tea, which is always good. A cup of coffee, which is always good. I got a banana cranberry bread. I got cookies, and I've already put away my sandwich for later, which is turkey, lettuce and tomato, Swiss cheese, salt, pepper and mayo. So that's what we got. And a coffee. I don't know if I said coffee. We're sitting, we're relaxing. It's still reasonably early in the afternoon, maybe around 3 o'clock. So we've still got another good couple hours or more of hiking ahead of us. So we're going to continue pushing north after those treats. It's going to give us some sugar and some energy, but we're going to sit for a while first and just relax. Busy place here. But the trail, right over here, not far away, we're about a quarter of a kilometer off trail at this point. Parking lot, and I think that's Grey Road 13 that we see there. So yeah, here we are having a break, and we're going to talk to you soon. The quarter-mile gravel road away from the supply store here in Eugenia, where again just had iced tea, coffee, treats, banana bread. Excellent. Got my sandwich for tonight, got myself a couple of apples for later. Now, looking at the Bruce Trail map, at about a location I know, just because I recall where it was, it's about 10 kilometers north of here, which would be a great sleeping spot, by the way. And that's kind of what I was thinking, but it's after 3 o'clock now in the afternoon, and in all truthfulness, I'm not sure if I've got another 10 kilometers left in me for the day. But if I do, that would be a good spot. So this is the plan for the rest of the afternoon. We're going to keep pushing up the eastern side of the Beaver Valley. Every step we take is one less we have to do. Tomorrow, that's fine. And when the time comes and I say, okay, enough's enough, time for my camp, then we'll look and we'll see what we see, and we see what we find, as we always do. And if we're feeling good and we did make it that 10 kilometers, then I know where that camp area is. Pack weight. Well, we came into Eugenia with 0 water. Now, I don't recommend be going anywhere with 0 water, but it's just that we managed our water appropriately, knowing we could resupply here in Eugenia. So I've been 100% hydrated, no problems there. A couple of other small supplies, some cookies, the sandwich for tonight, a couple of apples, pack of gum. I've just increased my pack weight by about 6.5 pounds over what it was just 30 minutes ago when I arrived in town. So you notice that difference, although it's definitely not the end of the world, because we are down to 2 days of actual food supplies. Because of course, Tuesday evening we get to go home. So we only need enough for today, tomorrow, and part of Tuesday basically, and that's fine. And we've got lots for that, more than we need. So hey, the trail, just down here on the right, we'll jump back on the trail. We'll keep heading, as I say, up the eastern side. So we're actually heading north, up the eastern side of the Beaver Valley. We'll probably tackle Old Baldy tomorrow. We're not going to make Kimberley tonight. Kimberley is just past where I thought about sleeping, assuming I make it that far, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get going. So here's something interesting. I didn't notice it before. Twice I've been past here, both on northbound legs. But Le Sentier Nadu. It's like the Nadu Trail. I don't know what this is. Yeah, Nadu Trail. Huh. Well, don't know much about that at all. If anybody does, please put a comment below. Love to know more about it. But it brings us to a little area right here. which, you know, just gorgeous. Fire pit, definitely camp area. Wow. And oh, what's this? It's Piers Point, maybe. Oh, this is a tribute, a celebration of life tribute. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning views. Wow. Oh my, look at that. Right over at the other side, I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, is, well, I don't actually know if that's Talisman, you know, or Beaver Valley, and I don't think it is the Beaver Valley Ski Club. I think it's Talisman. So that's probably not where we stayed last night. Anyhow, do I want to make my camp here tonight? Trail's right there. Camp area right here. You know, it's peaceful for sure. Put up my tent right now. There's areas to sit. And a beautiful view to boot. Well, I don't know, I'm torn. I wanted to, let me just see on the map. My pickup is at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, and I have no problem making that at all. So I don't necessarily need, oh God, get that thing off me. I don't necessarily need to rush. I'm really liking this spot here, and I think I'm going to make this home for the night. Because I think as long as these folks don't mind, yeah. Okay, so you know what, I think I am going to make this home for the night, because it's absolutely beautiful. There's obviously a fire pit. Now, just for a point of interest, I'll clarify something. I know different trails have different rules and so on and so on and so on. The universal rule of through hiking is this: if there's a fire pit, it is a camp area. And there's lots of spaces here for camps. Over there, over here, I think I'm gonna make my camp right in here. This way, my head there, this way, camp table. But you camp over here too. Camp would sit there. And right here. But I think I'm gonna set up over there because there's those rocks. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to check the map. I'm just going to confirm what I'm thinking of as far as distance and mileage and time and blah, blah, blah. Tomorrow is Monday. Tomorrow we're going to push past Metcalf Rock through Kimberley up Old Baldy, and that shouldn't be a problem, I don't believe. And then Tuesday, the remainder to Maple Lane, which will end the Beaver Valley section. Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm a Virgo. Probably explains my humming and hawing and pacing back and forth to say, oh, am I gonna or am I gonna not, or blah blah blah. But I think I am, and I think I'm gonna do it right about there. Okay, talk to you in a bit. Dinner table for the evening, my seat, my coffee, sandwich, my cook stove, and over here my camp. Beautiful little spot, gentle breeze. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight because I am tired. Overlooking the Beaver Valley, the beautiful fall colors, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. So hey guys, been a crazy day today. Busy, challenging, lots of elevation gain today, and we're at about 27.5 kilometers for the day. So we have about 44 kilometers to do tomorrow and the next day to our meet point, which is, we have lots of time for that. So you know what, we don't have to kill ourselves. We can just camp, just hike at a steady pace, and we'll be fine. Okay, I am going to bid you a beautiful evening. I hope you all sleep well. I think I will. And we will see you all in the morning tomorrow. Milestone day 50 tomorrow, day 50. Hey, talk to you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everybody. Jasper here. Day 50. Wow. September, I believe the 29th today's, or 28th. Oh, damn, I don't know. Day 50 for sure. We're leaving camp. Just coming back off the little camp area, back to the trail, which is right over here, making a left turn and heading towards Niagara. Hey, what a great day. So yeah, day 50. Where do those days go? Where do those miles go? I've no idea. You know, we start with day 1 and the first step, as we've talked about before. Here we are, day 50, and God knows how many steps. Yesterday, mid-afternoon, we did pass a milestone of 1,300 kilometers. And again, as I said, today is a milestone of day 50. So yeah, a quick answer to a question. I had a question on a recent video, and we'll answer it right now, and it was about water. So right now is actually a perfect time to answer that question, because we're on trail and we are managing water every single day. So I carry, on a normal carry, 2.5 liters of water. That is a 500 ml drinking bottle with an electrolyte flavoring or a vitamin flavoring added, and 2 1-liter smart bottles of carrying water. They're used for cooking, for food, for topping up my 500 ml, for making coffee, whatever it is I need. At the end of the day, when I hit camp, I really like to have a full 2.5 liters. That way, my drinking water is full, my dinner is taken care of, my breakfast is taken care of, and I can have my coffee both morning and night. When I wake up in a morning like this morning, I like to have at the very least my 500 ml drinking water, which I do. But then, most of the time, my 2 liters are empty. And the first kind of chore, if you will, or thing to look for each morning is a water source to top up my water. Depending on the day, depending on the trail, depending on where I am, depends on how much water I need. For instance, when I see water this morning, I will filter 1 liter. I'll do that because I know later this afternoon, as we enter into and closer to my own kind of ohm training area along these trails, I know that I will come to an absolutely beautiful spring, natural spring, where you don't need to filter the water. People come from miles around to fill their jugs with this beautiful sweet spring water, and that's at Metcalf Rock. And we're going to go right past there later this afternoon. There I will fill up full 2.5 liters of water. So again, I will have my water for dinner, for breakfast, and so on. So that's basically how I manage my water. There are times where that 2.5 liter is just not enough. There's certain trails where you might need to carry 4, 5, or even 7 liters of water. And certain dry sections. Nobody wants to carry 7 liters of water or 4 liters of water. I met a gentleman, a week or two ago, northbound on this particular trail. He felt he'd had a lot of trouble getting water and he was carrying 4 to 5 liters. I haven't seen that trouble. I haven't had that problem, except further south, but you never go that far without water. So carrying 4 and 5 liters on this trail, I think is excessive, but you know what? Each hiker has his own hiking style, as we've said before, and each hiker has to feel comfortable. And you don't know what nutritional and hydration needs each individual has. So for that reason, any kind of food or water is a personal kind of thing. But yeah, there you go. I just wanted to throw that out there. I carry about, on average, on the Bruce Trail or a trail like this, around 2.5 liters of water is about my average. Let's take a look at this trail this morning. It's early. In fact, what time is it? Let me check my clock. The time is 7:15. That's actually the earliest I've been on trail for a few days now. Just depends on when it's getting light and the actual terrain. Sometimes it's just too dark for the type of terrain you're hiking on, especially the rocky areas. You don't want to have an injury and have to come off trail. The view from atop of Old Baldy. Beaver Valley. Stunning. So right ahead of us is the Kimberley General Store. Great little bake shop and coffee. I stopped in there on the way up, but this being Monday morning, they may not be open. In fact, I very much doubt that they're open. But we live in hope. It's possible. I hope they are. But I'm thinking they're not. Not seeing any signs of life, which is a shame. There's a little diner here. Open today at 11:30. But we're not waiting till 11:30, and this one is also closed. Too bad. But let's check and make sure, but yeah, pretty sure it's closed. So, as I'm leaving the small community of Kimberley now, I did sit down at the Kimberley General Store. And I had coffee, and I had this absolutely amazing, I think it's a raspberry or rhubarb square. I left with a backpack full of cookies and pies and banana bread. And it turns out they're not even open today. And let me tell you what happened. So I'm stood there outside the general store thinking, oh, well, they're closed. I'll just sit on the bench, take a break. Guy comes out, taking the garbage out. We start chatting. I said, is this your place? He said, yeah. He said, why, did you want something? I said, oh, I was going to buy a baked good. He said, come on in. So he gave me all this stuff and a cup of coffee. We go outside. We're sat there. He gave me these things. Wonderful. And then he looked at me and he said, I used to date your daughter when she was young. This is a lot of years ago. She was, I think, 14 or 13. I mean, she's 41 now. Anyhow. Just a shout out to Justin Weir, his charming wife who I just met, Stacy, and they own the Kimberley General Store. Highly recommend it, very popular, and right next to it is Justin's Diner, Justin's Restaurant. Check it out, folks, really good. What an experience. Hey, okay. Good morning. Bikers, a very popular area with cyclists. Okay, coming out of Kimberley, just down here, we make a right turn, and we're going to climb way back up the escarpment, and it's a long, long, long climb. We came down Old Baldy, but now we got to go back up, and we're going to do that just down here. Okay, what an absolutely gorgeous day. Oh my. I know it's systems coming, I know things are going to change weather-wise, but right now they haven't. And it's just perfect out here, just perfect. Okay. So we've made our ascent up, I guess you would call it the north side of Old Baldy, which is a good solid push up actually a very picturesque little gravel back road. But we're on the top of the escarpment one more time, and I just checked the map. We're 13 kilometers, I believe, to Metcalf Rock. Metcalf Rock is an area I know well. It's one of my overnight training destinations when I'm dialing in gear. From there, it's around 28 or 27 and a half kilometers to Maple Lane. So yeah, Metcalf Rock is going to be just too close to camp tonight. So we're going to obviously pass by that. But there's other areas we can camp that I'm somewhat familiar with between there and Maple Lane. Maple Lane is just a bridge too far. But Metcalf Rock is a bridge too close. Hey, we're doing just fine. Yeah, Jasper here. By the way, once again, thank you for joining me on my travels. Thank you for joining me on this yo-yo of the Bruce Trail, 1,800 plus kilometers. Yeah, September the 28th, day 50. Woo! Where does the time go? Where does the miles go? I don't know. Day 50 progresses fine, albeit slower. I'm having, well, I'd have to say I'm struggling a little bit today. For the last 3 days, around midday-ish, I've taken a couple of Tylenol pills just to help relieve some of the pain in the ankle and shin area. So I'm feeling that. I mean, it's not stopping me by any means, but I think that in combination with, in all truthfulness, on the trail is very difficult. Talked about diet before, proper nutrition. Very difficult for an extended period of time. And I think I'm definitely missing my vegetables. I'm trying to eat as much fruit as I can, but that's primarily at resupplies So, yeah, it's a challenge, that's for sure. Right here, we're arriving at the Metcalf Rock. Again, an area I know well. This is one of my training destinations. I camp here lots in training. When I'm dialing in gear, shelters, sleeping bags, cook systems, sleeping pads, whatever it might be. Big fire pit over here. And many times I've sat there and had my dinner. And just past that is the stream, a bridge, and beautiful spring water. You don't need to filter this. People come from miles to collect this water. Wow. Hey, looks like they've been doing some cleanup of the fire pit. Up there in the trees is a big chalet, which is owned by the University of Toronto's Student Council Outdoor Club. They come here, they camp here, they stay in the big chalet up there. They hike, they climb, big climbing area. For us, we're going to get water, we're going to take a break. From here, it's still 27.5 kilometers to the end of the Beaver Valley section. I am not making the miles I really wanted to do today as of yet, although it's around 4 o'clock. So I figure I'm going to grab water. Take a little break, and then we're going to keep going for an hour or so. We are going to see how far we can get. Tomorrow being my pickup for my zero, I want to position myself well for that. Okay, let's grab some water, let's take a break. Right up here is the Metcalf Rock. Now, I did fill up with 2.5 liters or 2 liters of water and half a liter of electrolyte water, and I have elected to move on. It's about 4:15, so I've still lots of time in the day, but it is threatening thunderstorms, and Metcalf Rock is a location I'm very familiar with for camping. Nice picnic table right next to your camp spot. It would have been really nice and comfortable, but it gives me a 27.5 kilometer day tomorrow for my pickup. I can't remember what time, whether it was 2 or 4. If it was 4 o'clock, that would actually work out. But anyhow, I can't remember if it was 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock that Joanne is picking me up at Maple Lane. So I figured I'd continue. Do a few more kilometers. Hopefully the thunderstorms keep off me. It's a gamble that I can get camp set up in the dry. There are other camp areas, not as good as this one, but there are other acceptable and suitable camp areas frequently along this section of trail. I know that, as I say, because this is one of my training areas. Quite a climb out of Metcalf Rock. Rocky, vertical, significant elevation gain in a short distance. Okay. Plus I'm carrying 2.5 liters of water more than I was. 15 minutes ago. Okay, let's carry on. The trail from where we just came, beautiful, beautiful colors, but a very, very threatening sky. It is starting to rain now. There is thunder pretty much all around, especially to the west of me. So I set up camp right next to this bench. Stephen and Donna Carpenter, Onward and Upwards 2017 is what it says. Bruce Trail Conservatory. I have a bench. Trail for morning. This is where it goes in the morning. Yeah, so this is it. This is home for the night. I stopped slightly earlier than I had actually intended to, only because the thunder, the rain, it's pretty much all around me right now. So obviously it's gonna come, and I thought I'm gonna get set up before it does rather than after. Gives me a little bit longer to go tomorrow, but so be it. It's still, I think, about 23.5 kilometers from here to the end of the Beaver Valley section. Today, I think we got 25 kilometers in today. A lot of climbing today, a lot of elevation gain, a lot of work today. Hey, thank you so much for following, as I like to say, my hike. I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, there is nothing else I'd rather be doing, and there is nowhere else I'd rather be. It's beautiful being on the trail, and I love it so much. Hey, I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Wow. Good morning, everybody. Wow, I think September the 30th. Give or take a day or two. Definitely day 51 on trail. Good morning. Welcome to my world. Jasper here. Hey, again, thank you so much for joining me on my Bruce Trail Yo-Yo. Hey, so something that came to mind. Well, first of all, last night, woo, rainy, windy thunderstorm night. Cold front came through. You can probably see the difference in my attire this morning from yesterday. Today I'm in my shorts, my windbreaker pants, t-shirt, rain jacket, toque, mitts or gloves. Yeah, totally different, although it is warming up a little bit now. So some of this stuff will start to go very soon. Probably start with the toque first. Anyhow, today is a easier going day insofar as I have 23.5 kilometers to do today. And at that point, I will have reached the end of the Beaver Valley section and the beginning of the Blue Mountain section. Blue Mountain section is my own section. The trail we're walking right now is very familiar to me. All this is very much part of my training trail. Woo! We have got a climb here, which is fine. But you know what? I'll tell you something. People might not realize this, but these wooden trestle type or styles, very slippy when they're wet. Like they are, excuse me for throwing you guys all over the place in the camera here. But they are this morning. See the green on there? Super slippy. Right now we're going through cow pasture. Quite often there's a lot of cows here, but not this morning that I see right now. Maybe some in the distance, we'll see. Anyhow, as I was saying before we had to climb that stile, so because this is my home area, I know where the water is. So I'm only carrying right now about 200 ml of drinking electrolyte water. Both my 1 liter smart bottles are empty. I'll get the water as I need it for my coffee and lunch further on down the trail. It's not a problem. Food. I am going home tonight for a 0 tomorrow. So my food is probably at one of the lowest it could be at. So overall, I mean, I have got lots of food, don't get me wrong. I could still stay out here for another day or two, but overall my pack weight is probably down to, oh, maybe 30, less than 30, to 28 pounds maybe. The tent itself, the fly sheet was wet just from all the rain last night. Couldn't dry it off, so thought it didn't matter. It'll dry off tonight when I get home. But yeah, just pushing on. Also, kind of a milestone, at the end of this day, I will be exactly 3/4 of the way through my hike. And that brings to mind what comes next for Jasper. Well, as you all know, I really wanted the Colorado, and I still really want the Colorado. But I'm also thinking more and more about one of the US Crown Trails. I think I want a US Crown Trail in my portfolio because I actually don't have one yet. Look at this. Another of these styles to cross. They have to keep, of course, the cattle, the cows contained. So there's a lot of fencing. So over we go again. Oh, there's the cows. See all the cows? I don't think they've actually woken up yet, but they're all over there. Okay, farmer or farmhouse barns over in that direction, and me trying to climb, talk, and film all at the same time, which usually leads to me ending up on my ass. Yeah. Ooh, lots of cow patty everywhere. Be careful here. So anyhow, as I was saying, I'm really looking at also one of the Crown Trails. Next year for 2021 hiking season, if I look at a Crown Trail, I could start the Appalachian anywhere from mid-March onwards if I chose the Appalachian, which is one. The Crown Trails is the Appalachian, the PCT, which is a Pacific Crest Trail, and the Continental Divide. They're your 3 US Crown Trails. And as I say, I really kind of I like the sound of a US Crown Trail. And I think my trail would be the Appalachian. I think it'd be the least expensive one for me to do. And I'm guessing I could hike that overall cost for probably around 5,000 Canadian dollars. That's my transportation, accommodations, food, everything. It's an interesting rugged trail. From what I understand, I always believed, oh, good morning, Mr. Hi, are you a bull? I think you're a bull, but you're a young one. Maybe a little excitable, but yeah, yep. There's a cow. Cows don't generally bother me, but sometimes one of the young bulls might have a little fun with you. I've noticed that before in the past. Cows are cows. Good morning. Moo. How are you today? Well, anyhow. Huh. Okay, where was I? Yeah. So I'm thinking if I do take on a Crown Trail next year, it would be the Appalachian. But I still want the Colorado. The Colorado, I can't do that until the summertime. It's a summer trail. I'll only do one. I won't try to do both. But I'm still obviously leaning towards the Colorado. One more style to cross. Wow, lots of these here. The Colorado being the US trail that I've wanted for a long time, but it isn't considered a Crown Trail. However, it's 800 kilometers right over the top of the US Rockies. I mean, it really looks awesome on a hiker's portfolio. 800 kilometers over the US Rockies, Durango to Denver. We'll see. But now, as I start to get close to the last quarter of this particular hike, it's usually when I start thinking about what comes next. Of course, we have our year-round daily hikes, overnight hikes, all through the winter that we do constantly. And there'll be lots and lots of videos all based on those as well as lots of gear reviews. I'm going to review everything that I've used on this particular hike, and being over 1,800 kilometers, it's given everything a good test, and some of the things have worked out amazing, other things garbage. And I think you all should know that, because you work too hard to waste your money on gear that's not going to work for you or anyone else. Okay, enough babbling. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 51. As I've mentioned, we're in my home territory here, at I guess the southern end of the Beaver Valley section and the northern end of the Blue Mountain section. This is a spot, take a little look. This is a spot that I've sat at many times as I've hiked through here, training, trying out new gear, and so on. Right now, I just had instant potato with some canned ham, because I felt as though I needed the protein or the meat or whatever I could out of the canned ham. I was just feeling hungry, and then I finished off with a coffee and a few cookies. I just wanted to show you this little place. It's a gorgeous little spot. Beautiful forest here. Take a little look at the actual forest. It's absolutely beautiful. Sun's poking through the top of the trees now. Far cry from last night's thunderstorms and heavy rains and high winds. But today, it's just amazing. And we got a couple of day hikers coming down the trail.
Hello.
How you doing, guys? Good, thank you. Oh, and their dog just taking a bath. Big Saint Bernard just taking a bath, enjoying the water. Look at that. You know what? What freedom is that right there? Yeah. Well, the great clouds came over again, and the wind picked up. But I did arrive at Maple Lane, the end of the Beaver Valley section. But I was like an hour and a half earlier than I expected. So I contacted my pickup, and they said, sure, we'll pick you up at the next trailhead. So I elected to continue into the Blue Mountain section, another, I don't know, 2 or 3, whatever, 3.5 kilometers. Whatever steps I do today is less I have to do tomorrow. So yeah, we are now officially in the Blue Mountain section. We're officially in my home section. This will be section number 4 for a southbounder, and section number 6 for a northbounder. Not a big section at all. We're on the Blue Mountain trails. Right next to the Swiss Meadows Boulevard Road. There was a car just went by there. So yeah, everything's fine. We're getting a couple more kilometers in today than we expected. Okay, here's the trail. I really am missing the articulated arm for my GoPro. Trying to do it with just a little stubby, but it gives a wrong composition, and I think I get too close to the camera. I think that will reduce the quality of the video overall. I may have to go back to the articulated arm, I think. We'll see. We'll see. Beautiful views, beautiful colors through the trees. Wow, overlooking Georgian Bay, which is part of Lake Huron. Yeah. I think we'll get some better views. Like right here, for instance. You can see the Blue Mountain Village below. Wow. Yeah. Pretty cool. Maybe I should get one of those things. Now that would make my day much easier, wouldn't it? What do you think? Should I get one? I'm eating nuts. Waiting for Joanne. My ride. Home. Hot bath. I'm sure you thru hikers out there, you know exactly what I mean when I say hot bath. Oh yeah. And I've just seen Joanne's car arriving. There it comes right now. Here comes my ride. There she is. We've mentioned it before. Joanne's Cleaning Service, 705-888-2009 for a good polish and shine. Hi, Joanne. How you doing? Roast beef for dinner, is that what you said?
Steak or roast beef.
I'll take both. How about cabbage and carrots? I will take those too. Thank you for picking us up today.